Hello humans, it's just Martine, and welcome to the JAVELIN event for the Heartstopper Readathon. This is the third event this month for the Heartstopper Readathon, and the clue that they got for this was furthest. And people have taken their guesses. Some have gotten closer than others. Some have been further away, ha ha ha. But what our contestants are actually trying to do is get the furthest away in number of pages for their team compared to the week before. So this could mean that they read significantly more pages than the week before, or this could mean they read significantly less. Whoever is the furthest number away, positive or negative, from last event wins. So that's on that. It's actually almost halfway through the event and I haven't been able to talk to you because I've been out of town. But yesterday I did finish reading a book for this, and that was Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which I'm giving 4.5 stars. This is another of Ali Hazelwood's STEM-focused romance books, and I really enjoyed this one for a couple of reasons. One, it showed that Ali Hazelwood is serious about including main characters that have chronic illnesses in her work, which I really appreciate. So in this one, our main character has type 1 diabetes, which I really loved the discussion around, especially in the relationship. And basically in this one, we're following this woman, and to make her way through grad school and to survive as an adjunct professor now, she's worked for this fake dating app called Faux. And there's one guy who she regularly fake dates, and his brother is like giving off weird vibes, like he can see right through her. And then she goes to interview for a position in the physics department of MIT, and who is there but him? Yay. So it's like an enemies to lovers situation, and it was really fun. I had a good time and I read it in 2 days, which was really nice. Just picked up the pace from some of the things I've been reading recently. And I guess I better get back to reading so I have more to say to you. It's Friday, and I swear that these events that don't have any weekend reading time are absolutely messing up my vlog style, because I usually finish a ton of books on the weekend, but then I can't tell you about them because they're not in this vlog because it's Friday and it's the last day of the JAVELIN event, and I've been steadily reading things, but I have nothing more to tell you about. So maybe my reading goal for today is to have a book to finally talk to you about. That sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. We'll see what we can do. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, which means that this event is officially over, but I did finish 2 books yesterday, so I have those to talk with you about. And then I'll also talk you through what happened through the event with people's reading, who won, etc. So I'll start by saying that I read One of Us Is Back by Karen M. McManus, which I'm giving 3.5 stars. This is the latest and last installment in, I think, this author's most famous series, the One of Us Is Lying series. I didn't know there was going to be a 3rd book. I don't think it was necessary, but it was a pretty fun time. It's just like a basic YA mystery. I don't know. There's a game afoot and such. I do have a fondness for some of these characters, which makes it more fun, like Bronwyn and Nate particularly, and also Cooper. But yeah, it was like just okay and fun, but I'm glad that I got those pages in for my team. And then I also read Sand by Hugh Howey, which is my first book by this author, even though I've been wanting to read books by this author before. And I'm giving this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think by the end, it like wasn't what I wanted it to be, but overall I felt like the world building was incredibly atmospheric and just so good and interesting. So in this one, we're following these siblings, and we're in like a post-apocalyptic dystopic world, if you will, that's in the desert. And there's just sand everywhere, but some of the members of this family are part of this group of sand divers who can dive below the sand to search for things that the sand has covered in the past that are like hundreds of feet down and lost to time, which the sand diving I think was the coolest thing about this book by far, like the way that it worked, and it was just so interesting. And also I was afraid when picking this up that because it took place in such a sandy location, it would remind me too much of Dune, because it's also like a sandy sci-fi, I don't know, but because of the sand diving, it felt really different to me, and I appreciated that. And basically, this story picks up when one of the siblings finds this long-lost city called Danvar, and things kind of escalate from there as everybody tries to get in on the action of this big find. I found this so interesting, and I'm glad that I read it. Another owned book checked off my list, so that's a win. And I will be reading more by this author, both because only like last year he released another book in this series, but then also because I've wanted to read some of his other work, like the Wool series and maybe Silo, so we'll see. But this was a good first start. Like, it taught me that I like this author's writing style and world building skills and stuff, which I think is incredibly important. And now for the results. So As I said at the beginning of this vlog, I think the clue for Javelin was furthest, and in fact, both teams read less pages than they did for the last event of high jump, so it is like furthest negative in this way, which I think is funny. So for the last event, red team read over 29,000 pages, and for this they read just over 24,000, which left them with 5,045 pages in between the two distances, while blue team last event read just over 20,000 pages and read just over 17,000 pages in this event, which left them with 2,832 pages difference. So that's a red win for red reading significantly less than the last event, which I think is hysterical. I really thought blue team had this one, I won't lie to you. But blue team is just being really consistent is the thing. It's like red is changing what they're doing every week and blue is very consistent, which is good for them in some ways, but like not when the prompt is furthest away from what you had in the event before, you know what I mean? That's the end of this event. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. If you gave the prompt furthest, what would it mean for you? And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!